I had a chance to get a fluke, but I hated to. My friend
I
passed
love
away.
one.
His wife was selling it, and I was like, like I can't afford to give you the money that's worth. But I don't know what she ended up selling it. I should have went ahead and just got it off her.
I left the. It's not a real multimeter anyway. I left one out in
Use explain them one. What hour is it?
it was not a real multimeter. It was a tachometer.
Like a RPM?
Not a bad tool by itself.
Yes, like an RPM.
Oh, I would love that. I love one of those, you know why? I have been spinning those, not the gyro. Okay. I created my own gyros, my own spinning gyros from
Mm-hmm.
on my HTV. I spun them up with the air compressor.
Speaking of printing, I did tell my kid about your printers. And he turned right around and said, I can't afford them. Yeah, when the day before I even, whatever, he was offering me $100 for one of mine.
Then he says, I changed my mind. I can't afford it.
Yeah, pretty much. Which,
Hey.
yeah,
Did you look at the price of plastic or something?
We
I
can
even told him that Ray had made the offer of giving him a roll of filament or a partial roll of filament. I mean, it was a hell of a deal for 2 printers and some filament for $100. You can't beat two printers.
Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you, sir.
Which one is it? The CL 200?
Is this
Yep.
build your own multimeter?
No, it's a
Oh,
it's a meter. A full-fledged meter.
cool.
Thank you.
I just was expecting it to be circuit board and some.
Build your own meter.
Wow, very nice. Thank you very much, sir.
Awesome. Very nice.
Need battery.
So that's the you got the CL 200 over there?
Yep.
I've got 100 here. I'll get it 200 out.
Would you like this one, Ray? I see your 200 and I raise you a, was this a
A red
CR1?
It's a 100, it's a 200.
These are identical. It's only one's yellow.
Yeah, I've got the red one too somewhere. And then I've got like a little red one with a needle version. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the red one either, so I might have it out in the garage. I took a glance. I didn't go out to the shop though, because I was already running late. When I remembered, oh yeah, I gotta get the meters together because I was trying to find cab bolts for Dad's truck to remount the running boards. Well, he got a new running board set and it didn't come with the mounting bolts.
Here's my little version. This would be like my cheap version, something like that.
Yep.
Except this one's reliable.
Yeah,
They really are very quite reliable.
I don't dispute that at all.
This does all right as long as the batteries are fresh.
They're built on cases. This one's by Victor and this one's by Triplet.
You know,
I like them.
somewhere I had a credit card size one that Radio Shack made.
This is by
Okay.
something that might be Chinese. Like, I don't know, Dad must have got this at some point. I didn't recognize this. He handed me this when I asked where mine was.
The credit card one looked a lot like that black one, only it was the size of a credit card. probably did pretty much what this black one. Can you
That's
give me
half of
that?
them.
Can you give me that black one? Illustrated. Yeah,
So, I'm something of a credit card junkie, or not credit card, oh yeah, multimeter junkie.
something of.
You,
Uh-oh, Ray.
Are most of these
You
from
got a
sales,
bad
I
lead.
assume?
is it lead damage?
Yeah.
Yeah. I pulled him right out of my.
Oh, that's what you need. Isn't there a transistor on the backboard? Transistor posted.
Yes. But then this is a V2.
Well,
99 and 97. I don't know if there's much difference between 97 and 99. I think there's just more of a,
Sounds like about 2
Um,
years.
no, it's a ploy by the company, like, oh, you need to buy the newer one.
I know.
That, or maybe it's got,
I'm sure there's enough tweaks though to warrant a new number.
They changed
a
it.
difference, a difference on.
If it were a Microsoft product, it would be improved and the instructions would be more
Hey, you could
difficult
test
to
the batteries.
understand. Excuse me.
It's a little bit difference.
Usually if they bother to change the number, there's at least a feature.
It's a fairly tiny difference I get. I think that the 99 has a little bit more accuracy. Even I had a bag that had resistors and back to 86. They're 86. This one. What's this one? Oh, how cute. I made one of them. I don't know.
If anybody's interested, you know, the Queen City Con's badge is for the security conference in November. The upscaled badge is a Geiger counter. A Geiger counter.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand what you said.
The badge for the security conference at Queen City Con in November for here in Cincinnati is gonna be they have a option for like, I don't know, it's another $150 so you can get the computer board badge or whatever, and it's gonna be a Geiger counter. So if anybody wants a novelty, you know, Geiger counter that says Queen City Con 3.
how much are the badges?
I'm not entirely sure. I think it's like $100 more than over the conference.
Yeah.
Or 50. No, it's somewhere in the 100 bracket, I would assume.
Yeah. Somewhere. In
I was
there.
planning on bugging my buddy tomorrow to find out what the price actually was, but he ditched. So, and early bird ends
Yeah,
Sunday, I
it's
think.
very similar. Only the one I had was actually the size of the credit card.
If I review
It was a halfway decent meter. I think I've still got it somewhere. Of course, the batteries in it have long
Blown up.
gone. Yeah.
Battery go.
Yeah, it was an early rechargeable NiCad deal, which I'm sure could be replaced, but wouldn't be fun to do.
This was never been turned on. First time it's been out of the bag,
Nope.
buddy.
There's Art.
Right there.
You finally see Art.
How you doing?
We are in multimeter world.
Okay.
You should
Yeah,
you should see all these.
I think Ray's gonna win this competition.
Ray
Just saying.
Competition.
Ray,
Last
Ray,
time getting here.
Ray went a little above and beyond. Ray
David
said,
Letterman would always say. "This
I need
is-
a store to go with the Ray's collection.
This
This-
is
this
an
isn't even-
exhibition, not a competition, no wager.
That's not even
please.
part of what Ray's brought. He's got two more big totes.
Well, he is into the second tote.
This is the second tote.
Okay, well, one more big tote.
Unless there's more totes out in the car.
I think Ray went a little crazy.
I found it.
I expect nothing else from Ray though. I expect crazy.
So this is a 7735 from Tenma, and it has a RS-232 interface on it. You can pull data, and that's one of the big things I would look for when I'm grabbing a multimeter. And that multimeter, I mean, you can tell it's dirty. It has been used a lot.
Mine does that. I didn't bring that part.
Oh, you do? That's cool.
I forgot.
You don't need that part. All you need is a standard data cable.
Yeah, well, that's the 9-pin.
Right,
Connector.
Serial connector.
Yeah,
Right.
I have no idea where it's at.
I can grab any
Right.
data cable. It's
Art's
pretty
got,
high.
it's got one. What's Art got?
I've got a Fluke 175.
I have a 116, a 77. I've got a 177 somewhere. And I've got a big flute. The big flute.
A big flip. I love you.
So I did not want to bring anything that was oscilloscope based.
Yeah, that might walk off with Steve.
That's a cool one too. Like and it's supposed to be so a lot of times when I'm looking at multimeters, I want to look and see, well, does it have data output? That I do data collecting on it. And
Hack it.
it just absolutely irritates me when it does have or supposed to have data output and it doesn't work. Oh, that is. Yeah, I guess I can get soon now.
You got a little Phillips screwdriver, right? And all this stuff. Do you have a little Phillips screwdriver? No.
You know, I left it. It's either in the truck or it's in the other vehicle.
It's all right.
I tried. I think I forgot something. But, one.
This is my very special multimeter.
Okay.
And his twin brother. And his twin brother yellow.
So I would say about half of these, well, maybe less, about
Well,
35 to 40%
they're
of these
slightly different.
do have data output.
Oh,
Yeah.
So like this one, you just slide the opto interface to it instead of that was a power meter right there.
Slightly different. Up here.
And I brought some plug in the wall kilowatt meter.
His mom said, or electric bill like went way up and I'm like,
Everybody's electric bill went way up.
Yeah.
well, you know, because they turned off another power plant.
Oh, it's because Ohio decided that yes, Duke could charge more. Thank you very much.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You do realize we've lost like 60% of our power generation in the state, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, they've shut down almost every coal plant in the state. Like
Well, that
Grayburg
makes even
or
less.
Graytown on the east side, which did like 40% of the state power is offline. Zimmer
We have
and
one of these there.
Moscow and
I knew that they got rid of one of the nuclear plants up north.
yeah, well, the one on the other side of Cincinnati is supposed to be offline in the next year. And then I don't know if they're keeping the one down in Ripley or there at Mainville or
This is just a frequency counter. So,
Oh, okay.
and then there's the transistor tester.
I built one that was it was actually a multimeter. It was okay. I would call it Harbor Freight okay. It worked. It told you numbers.
Were they correct though?
Good
This-
enough for,
this isn't
for
a-
most things.
This is an environmental meter. So, it doesn't measure gas, but it does measure temperature, humidity, sound, and light.
Mhm.
Which is something that most people are like, why would you have a meter that measures all that stuff? But it also does voltage, ohms, frequency, degrees Celsius, relative humidity, decibels of sound, lux, and 10 times lux, which is light.
It's a light meter. I know a little bit about sound level meters.
It's not an SPL meter. So SPL is sound pressure level. It doesn't do that.
10 times the log of the negative pressure.
I was just in a frenzy of grabbing meters. And yeah.
not all things for meters. They
So
just look like
in a
meters.
frenzy of grabbing meters, and I was
It
like,
looks
okay,
like a meter.
I grabbed 2 of these, I grabbed 3 of these, and 5 of those, and I shouldn't have grabbed so many.
Well, I'm sure you lost track of which ones are what.
Um,
I mean, I can't imagine why you might actually accidentally have a duplicate in this.
Oh,
it's
an old meter.
But yeah, I was there's the other one. I thought this one was nice, but that's for another day. That's oscilloscope.
Oh, I thought it was
That's number 4 of this one I'm getting.
Is that a kid's tachometer?
It's
A kid's tachometer.
It is because it's his now.
Kids, one kid now, huh?
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah, see how fast the RPMs are.
Spin
Don't
you
you-
around. Let's
one
Clock your RPMs.
B.
I'm spinning a gyroscope.
That's tough.
What are you building with a gyroscope?
Nothing, I just get to hear the screaming noises.
So
Um,
this is
Go
a ODB car reader.
Oh, cool.
That's what that is. And you can go through the
Can you,
different devices in the car. And
can you reprogram the computer with that?
No, you can't change like what the functions are and type it and stuff. But you can like clear off different errors, stuff like that.
I want one that will let me improve the gas mileage on my car because they're out there.
Oh, yeah.
Those are out there, yeah.
Oh, those little cheap Chinese ones will do that. You trust putting the software on your computer.
That looks like
It's a repurposed phone.
that looks like an old thing that's
Software.
a oscilloscope. isn't it?
It's an oscilloscope.
Yeah.
It has a micro SD card, interface cable. Then on the side there, it's got a
Art
Pro.
see what we're talking about.
It's okay. That's okay.
It looks like an old phone.
It's a handheld.
It looks like an MP3 player. Is what it looks
I
like.
was gonna say, look,
Yeah, actually it
Hey,
does.
I think they repurposed the case.
Yeah.
I don't think they.
like an old Zoom or something. It's almost what it looks like.
But it actually has the power, and then I don't know how they got this.
That's probably where the headphone jack used to be.
Might have been where the headphone jack was. Yes, because it has a little headphone symbol. But so they repurposed the case and they put their own circuit board in it.
Yeah.
And so that jack, I don't know if they drilled it out anymore or whatever, but that jack location is actually where the probe goes in,
Yeah.
the oscilloscope probe. And yeah, that's why I actually found it. I just grabbing everything on the jack.
That's not it. Those aren't great, but they're not horrible for doing something quick.
You just got to make sure that what you're studying is under the right voltage.
Yeah, well, I've got a couple of those, and they're not great, But if you just need to see a sine wave or something, it does
And-
just fine.
The Olden battery tester.
Oh, the old battery.
Okay.
Oh, this looks like something that would test servos,
Yes.
servo batteries.
Okay. Here's an old ECG. Okay, and
Really old,
here's my oldest meter.
in a leather
Oh,
case.
A Simpson.
I don't know what brand it is.
It looks like my big old. Oh, it's a Royal. Eh,
Yeah,
don't. Yes.
I mean, the rest of them say, hey, be careful, let's do this. You know.
Yes, I get
It's
it.
more here than I thought. You know, as far as I'm not talking about like multiples. I mean, I got multiples over there. I left stacks of them back in the shop. I didn't bring oscilloscopes because it didn't. I wanted to reserve that for another day.
Yeah.
I had a multimeter like this. I think I got one of these when it was in the service. I don't think it was this brand.
That's similar to one that I learned on a long time ago. It was my dad's. That you would push in one button, the other buttons click out on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you tell it, this button
Yeah.
would tell it which one you actually wanted or whatever.
Yeah. They're pretty neat.
I had this is like one that I learned on.
I'm talking about like when I was 10.
Okay.
The big one.
This is a
It's got pushy buttons.
it's a Fluke 120.
Is that a cable tester too?
No, this is just a
Just the multi.
really good
Creek
oscilloscope
cable.
meter. That's where the oscilloscope probes go in and then the common. So I can do voltage, common, or I can do probe 1, probe 2. And
Fluke, I think Fluke makes one that looks very similar to that, might be a little bit bigger, but tests half a dozen different kinds of cables.
networking and all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff, yeah.
Should I have scheduled the room for longer?
I think you should have scheduled it, you're larger.
Larger. Yeah, welcome to Ray's collection
Echo
of
multimeters.
multimeters. And this isn't even all of them.
Yeah, it's like.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Um,
Interesting.
It's
It's a video, non-video, video card. What's that?
So it looks like a close match for who's going for almost.
Ooh, it's coming up hinged.
With the original documentation
There's
and
there's something.
the registration card, since it hasn't been filled out yet,
Well, it's still being warranted.
it's still under one.
Yeah.
This measures voltage, current, and power.
This one does AC, DC, resistance, and DC milliamps.
Mine doesn't do resistance at all. Doesn't even think about it.
So resistance times 1, resistance times 100. So it's there's
I had an old Simpson, but it looked more like this,
yeah, this is an old Royal.
and it was bigger than both of these. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I've got a bigger
it
one
was
too. Did yours have screw terminals though?
No.
Yeah. Or
Oh,
banana
Lord.
plugs.
I'm
The-
pretty. I won't. If whatever those are, those aren't really banana plugs.
These are
Whatever
I tried to
those are,
stab them in there.
tiny banana plugs.
Who are you laughing at?
This is the most this room has been actually used, really used.
What's the time? So that
Nice.
Ray knows how much time he needs to
Holy
start
shit, man.
packing.
It's 5:30. 5:30 and counting.
I gotta get cleaned up.
And they let us in early.
No, I think this is actually cool because we get to see a huge variety. You know, you brought in your favorites. I brought in some of my favorites. And you know, I want to see what everybody's using.
I just feel horribly outclassed.
There you go. I found this at a garage sale. And I was just like, yeah, I'm getting this. And they're like, oh, $2.
Okay.
Not a problem. Not a problem. I will save it.
So this one was my grandfather's. He bought this in 1940.
So
Ish.
Wonder what
on
my
that,
grandpa was an electrical engineer, so
there's a reflective.
Yep.
Thing that goes onto the shaft.
I know,
As it
but
goes
the
around.
trust is-
That makes more sense.
There
I
you
don't
go.
know.
You can't just
Never
stick your
saw
fingers
any
in
of
front
it,
of it.
but I got his
That
book.
makes more sense.
You can either do like a shaft where you
Yeah,
have like
rough
half
read.
paint white, half of paint
Yeah.
black, and you'll get the
I've got that one too.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it does look at reflectivity. So
Let's see.
don't go. That is
I'm
a
going for all the sauce. And back this.
warranty service.
Oh.
The seal.
Oh,
Big seal.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Voltage.
one.
Is that pretty cool?
That's one of the coolest.
Okay, here's the crappiest part about that one.
Is that the one that the
Battery
It's
USB?
got USB, but
Nice.
what happens is you boot it into USB mode, and then it snaps the picture of the front, and you pull it out of the directory. There is no like data communication, like continuous serial data.
So it's more like a camera.
It's a snapshot of the screen. And I'm like, that sucks.
Actual data read.
You're not getting continuous data feedback. You're just, if you can download the screenshot out of the directory.
Then
It
you
comes
can
up-
use AI to look at all the pictures.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, I'd love to. Okay, so which ones? Oh, the kilowatt.
Yeah. Those are very good.
out. Let's show our.
Yeah, we want to show everything.
We
Which
took
one?
the kilowatt.
I have
I don't know if you
3
can see.
kilowatts,
Oh,
like
I don't
that.
even know if Art's
And then I
paying
got a
attention
couple
to us.
others that are other name brands.
I am,
And the other ones have a couple more features, but this is
I am.
the one. I remember
That is one of the coolest multimeters I've ever seen.
we
What kind is that?
That is, how would you say the name of this?
let's see.
Yeah,
Uigal.
Uiga,
Uigal.
We wouldn't bank on that.
Okay,
UYIGAO 188.
I was showing this to one of my friends came by and hey, we're just checking the wall, and my daughter walks up and
That's
Rochelle,
one of the coolest
and
multimeters.
she was probably 8 years old at the time, and she's like, I know what that is. That measures how much voltage is coming from the wall and how much power your appliances are using. And I was like, how did you know that? She's like, I was watching that on Curious George. He was using one. And we went back to the episode of Curious George, and I'll be damned they did. I mean, they cartooned the whole thing, and Curious George learned about how a kilowatt meter works.
And taught kids.
And they were teaching kids how to do it. And I was just so happy that like my daughter saw it. And she's like, I know exactly what that is. Holy crap.
Awesome.
It's actually pretty cool.
So
Now, the parallel to that is that's a sponge looking around.
Oh,
the
yeah.
nodes,
trying.
Picking up good information,
Yeah.
but what other environmental.
I
things
try to
are
give her a
being
lot of
left
good
out?
information. I give everybody good information.
Your
I'll be happy to let you guys go first. And
your kids are pretty smart.
well, I try to give them every opportunity, and then I foster what I think is viable. That's right. Okay. So I buy a lot of multimeter. I don't hear anybody jumping out the answer. So, I can jump through these.
I think you got all of ours except for
Old school.
I did not bring my wiggies, and
I haven't had one of those for years.
I didn't bring a wiggy, and I got a solenoid based because it's not really a multimeter.
I used
It's
this
a
in 17.
Um, But I love the Wiggy because it truly shows that there's current on the line, not just induced voltage.
Yeah.
But I do love the Wiggy. I'll be happy to bring one of those in later. But I had to be, I was trying to be more of like, what is here? I don't know if this is similar to, so yours has a solenoid in it, doesn't it?
No,
No solenoid?
no, but it is analog and it draws a fair amount of power,
Okay.
about 5 watts. It's got a resistor in there.
So I do buy a lot of multimeters, and I just, when I find them for a very fair price. Some of these are still in a bag, some of them, this and that. I've got a couple of tachometers. There is a wind speed meter here.
That's cool.
So, and I've got another wind speed meter. I don't know where it's at.
No,
Anemometer. Anemometer, yeah. Which, and I use this to tell how fast the air is flowing out of my exhaust fans. And because I need to know I have a proper, we do a lot of stuff. What else?
I use one of those for my hang gliding.
The air, well, we could use it for an air test, but we use it for the exhaust fan.
I have had a hang glider.
Now, does that have an output?
No.
That's I have no idea, so you win.
So
It's on.
a lot of things that I'm looking for when I buy a meter is I would love one that has a data output. So I'm trying to collect data, and it's not like an oscilloscope. An oscilloscope, you can get 5 kilohertz, 20 kilohertz, and 20 megahertz, and 200 megahertz, and we'll get into all this stuff later. With an or with a multimeter that has data coming out of it, I'm thinking slow data. I can collect 5 readings per second, sometimes 20 readings a second, but sometimes all I want is 1 reading every 5 minutes. So if I'm looking at how much power is coming out of a solar panel, measuring it every minute, every 5 minutes is fine. I can put a voltmeter on it, I can put an amp meter on it, and just collect the data overall, one day. And I can see the amperage go up, the volts go up, so
I want to see what their efficiency or what you.
right, how it's doing, what angles, stuff like that.
So you can,
Yeah.
I get it.
So some of them actually have, like yours has a 9-pin DB9 connector on it.
Yeah.
Other ones, like this 7735, it has a custom optical interface so that nothing's going to burn the meter. I know that because one of these two, I'll bet it's this one, is burnt. It's off by like 1.36 volts. That's just the offset. It's just the offset. No idea why. Just know that it's wrong. And you put anything in it and it just says it's off by that much. Oh, this one, 2.75 volts. It's always off by that much. And this one, but they're they've got USB connectors on them. So they're going straight to data that way.
Which ones have Bluetooth?
There are a couple that are, these are Bluetooth. So they connect right to my cell phone. The nice thing about that is that I can leave it connected to the terminal and walk around with my phone, and I can watch the values change. It has a full Bluetooth interface, looks like the whole meter and everything. Pretty neat. Is it required?
like I said, what's the battery sitting on that thing you plug in?
Some of these, most of them should have the battery removed. So I don't want them to go bad while it was sitting on the bottom.
Oh, that's all.
I've turned on.
Yeah.
They've come on.
There was one that I bought that I bought it, I took it out, and it had a connector for a 9-volt battery, and it had a little adapter, and the adapter was like 2 AA batteries. So I pulled the adapter out, popped in a 9 volt, burn it up. I'm like,
Why would they have?
why would you have a 9 volt to fit perfectly in here? And I walked back up. He goes, I know what you did. And he just tosses it into the trash can and gave me a new one. And I was like, okay, if it has an adapter on it, do not stick a 9 volt battery into it.
The best thing you can do with that is get a pair of wire cutters.
Well, but that's where the double A's put in, right? Cause it plugs into the double A.
You know, that used to be pretty common. They made a lot of stuff that used 9 volt snaps on top.
Yeah.
Double A's on. I've got something that has that.
My bad, I brought 2 of these extras in.
Okay.
Oh, what's still in the box?
So round numbers, how many didn't you bring?
300.
Jesus.
Yeah, round one.
Round number.
And that's why, like, hey, so some of these, you know, I just really like the VG97, the VG99, because, you know, they're $32, $35. They act about the same, really good performance, large screen. They don't move when you're doing a test like this. They don't slip. Where this one, that one's gonna slip. And you're trying to, I want to do this with one hand, right? You understand? I mean, nothing is you. Okay, but you want to be able to operate it easily.
Hold the electrodes or.
Without, yeah, because you might have the electrodes on something else. But you know, other ones I didn't buy them for convenience. I bought them because they were supposed to have a USB data interface, and they're, you know, data collection, RS-232, this or that, that are, you know, high precision. And this one, actually, a school teacher, one of my customers, gave me this.
Nice.
And he was saying that their students have no interest in actually learning how to use it. And right there is the whole reason I wanted it, is it had a 9-pin DB9 on it. And so it's just a standard multimeter. But because it's a desktop, you know, it's gonna be powered by 110 volts. I don't think I even got any cables with it. I was like, I didn't care. All I wanted was the RS2 capability on it. Same thing on this one. This one has the opposite. I think that one's a female, and this one's a male.
USB,
And a USB connector. Yeah,
probably USB serial adapter.
maybe. Might be a
They just opened it.
CH340 or something like that. Yeah, I literally just took the bag off this and I have not ever turned it on. Sorry. I feel like that.
You asked him the wrong question though, Steve. He might have 300 plus. Now ask him how many employees work there.
We don't tell anybody. You know that. We don't tell anybody.
I know.
Okay.
Less than
So-
10.
Lesson. Some of the multimeters, just I ran into it at a garage sale. I bought it at Amvention. Just a good deal here or there. So I moved forward and I was on the internet. And
Ray goes crazy.
But
Ray goes crazy.
a few years ago,
No,
I
I
was
mean-
at the Dayton Hamvention, and you guys have been to the Hamvention, I think. And
I have a closet of computers.
there was
Everybody's got their weakness.
there was a seller there, and evidently he had worked with somebody at FEMA, and after a tornado or something in central United States, they gave out all these multimeters for people to check their electricity, see if it's working, check this, like that. And then they said, "Oh yeah, we want them back." And some people had written their names on them and all kinds of stuff. So they're getting back hundreds of these multimeters with names on them that dropped in water and all kinds of stuff. So like these CL100s, the CL200s, the CL1000s, all these, I went through 450 of them to find out which ones did not get in the water, which ones were actually usable. To make sure that, you know, I could keep them, I could resell them or something. But I do have a box, you know, yay big, of just trashed out meters that do not work, whatever. And I paid $2, $3 for a plant meter, which is why I can afford to give you guys a plant meter. And but yeah, and some like the really nice ones, I paid $4 for it. And some of the other junk ones, I still paid $2, $3, $4 for them. I bought 80 of these, and $2 each because the guys didn't. I don't think he knew what he had. Brand new in the boxes, with a 9-volt battery, with the test leads, with the thermocouple, everything. So that's how it comes. $2 each. I bought 80 of them. I should have bought 800 though, and I just didn't. But so I would give them away to my customers.
I'm thinking that you go on Wikipedia and you look up Imelda Marcos. And then you.
Oh,
Yeah, you look up
you look at Ray
Ray.
Scott. Multimeters.
Multimeters, test equipment
well,
in general.
I went to when I was at the hand convention this year. I went to UTI's booth and I told him, hey, I bought this meter. It's a 860 or something like that. I don't even know where it's at. It's got an interface on it. It might still be at my house. But I was just absolutely upset because I could never get it to send data to me forever. And come to find out, the guy's like, oh yeah, that one's got a firmware problem.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, I was like, what? Why did you tell me that? So, what'd you do with the other green one? Go check it.
This one.
Oh, right, keep playing with it.
And this is also the thermometer. Generators are running real fast to go 7208.
No, that one is not. It just has lights. Sort of flashlights. It's not charged up. So if you haven't that, there you
It's
go.
not flashlight.
Okay. Go down to non-contact. So, as an electrician, I mean, what are the chances you're going to be in a?
Sometimes.
Yeah, you're going to be in a box and you can feel so auto. I thought it was pretty neat to have a large screen on it. This one's kind of cool because it's, the large screen is there. But I really don't like this. It's got a lot of graphics and stuff on it, but
It's
I feel
probably
like it eats up batteries pretty quick.
it's probably hard to read under sunlight too, right?
It's not too bad.
I like that multimeter.
You like this?
I do. But I probably like it because it's flash. It's
And that
flash.
flash is
This one, John is really nice. But I think there is John is not.
600 volts, AC or DC. It's an amp meter. Where these, and I looked after I talked to you, like, well, which ones of these are AC or DC? And this is a CL 2300, so it's a higher level meter, but it does AC and DC clamp, amp meter, microamps, capacitance, ohms, diode, continuity, voltage AC, DC, temperature. This is a heck of a meter, and if some of the other plant meters, including this one here, they've got flashlights built into them as well.
One
Yeah,
with the
this
same-
one has a flash on also.
Which one is that?
This is a $65 one from Harbor Freight.
Okay.
AC fine.
I try to stay away from buying multimeters from Harbor Freight because I bought them before. Like the little red ones that came from Harbor Freight.
It's a
I
whole
bought-
different class.
I bought those for like $7, got them with the free with the coupons, and just tossed them out.
Yeah.
And
You do that when the battery runs down,
it's
get a
alright.
new one.
The new meters.
Oh,
Um,
I'm doing it wrong. I've been replacing the battery in that.
no,
Probably got 5.
Well, they're not giving them away for free.
they might be worth the test lead on them. I really do think that these test leads, I actually took this thing apart, soldered them into here, and the only bad thing really about this meter is, I mean, it's a pocket meter with a built-in case, okay? But the test leads, pull them out of here, and then you always break a test lead inside there. And then I gotta find the test leads that fit in there correctly and solder those back in.
Yep.
But
Well,
I think I've got 4 of these just because I used them for the first couple of years that I was doing laser stuff.
That's what that's what that Radio Shack credit card one was. The test leads were built into it and
And you would break them loose and it's like, okay, now I'm just the ends of the wire if I can get that. So I was buying these triplet versions. I really liked them. And then I found out, hey, Victor makes this one that's basically like a clone, a little bit thicker, but you know, the other it's still a good deal. One nice benefit of this is that when you pack it up and then it's in there and you close the lid, it has to be off in order for it to close the lid.
oh,
Otherwise, the
oh,
plastic molding, the shape of it just won't close.
Unless you force it.
yank the lid off. Never needed that lid.
But
That thing won't close.
even this one,
closed. I can't figure it out. So I ripped the lid off.
but a lot of these others, you know, I've left them on, and it's just sitting in, and you know, status like that. Been going down the road and something bumped it, and all of a sudden it turns back on. A couple minutes later, beep 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 beep. Minute later, beep beep beep. Minute later, beep beep beep. It shuts itself off. It's like okay, but so this is my smallest collection of multimeters. This is that one's yours, right? The white box is yours.
No? Or is it? I don't know. What?
This will be in the Smithsonian or Militano. Museum.
Yeah.
It's
It's a
a
gift.
present.
It's a free.
It's a gift. Thank you so much.
The CL100 plant meter. I mean, it's just a basic plant meter, but if you don't have one, once, and if it doesn't work, tell me. Let me see that one. I got a bunch of them. More likely than not, there's no battery in it. I don't know if it's turned on, but
I've also go to AAA.
you can't mess up that one up. It's double A or triple letters. Yeah. Then I got some other stuff for Steve.
I
Oh,
had intended on taking less stuff home.
it's just now 6. Well, it's like 5 minutes till 6 o'clock. So we got an hour. And I don't really know if anybody else is behind us this time or not.
This is a business workstation.
Oh, did you get?
You hook a monitor up. I think you hook a monitor up to it.
I'll take one of those little boxes, Brad.
Communicates with the business workstation somewhere.
You want one of those?
Yeah, I thought you were bringing me one.
I don't know if they work. That's why I'm like, hey, here's that's a whole computer.
I thought, yeah.
That is a whole computer.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve, for giving up one of your little boxes.
And I had described this to you guys before. Basically it's a docking station.
Mhm.
So plug in a wall, USB-C,
Sorry.
USB-C, and then you got 5K video out. Display port, HDMI port. And there's two of those. Two displays, two HDMIs, two USB 3s, LAN port. I mean, there's and then 4 more USB 3s and audio in and out on the front. I thought these were really cool.
Somebody broke something in here.
Was it you?
No, just
Um,
the high-speed USB port has a partial plug in it.
Oh,
I didn't understand this.
You're right.
This is twice as heavy as this one.
Right. Oh, well.
Well,
I realized. I think this is. I think that's
I
aluminum.
don't know if there's a
case.
plug in
Maybe
it or
it's
if that's
plastic.
the plug
Right.
itself is
But
broke.
even if this is aluminum,
No, the plug
this
itself
is
is
playing
broken.
the extreme twice the weight.
Somebody
I'm thinking that this has
there
batteries
upside
in it.
down.
Broke it.
Yeah,
You don't think so? It's just so much
it's
heavier.
got a steel plate on it to make it feel like it's worth now, but it's the same circuit.
Well, the SIG is
No,
pretty
it's
pricey
circular.
stuff.
I mean, this is from SIG.
Yeah,
That one's triple.
Yeah, look, plate makes expensive stuff, and use steel plates.
Look at your little
Is it
mini
that heavy?
computer. One of the USB ports on this one's broken.
Okay, so that might be the reason, the whole reason that they, pushed it aside, because the USB port was bad. Okay, but
Mine's good.
I've got another
I
got
didn't
another
I didn't realize it.
10, 15 of those.
Barry saw it. Barry's the one that saw that it was bad.
I just said it looked funny, so
So, but a USB port like that, that's easy enough to repair. Solder and unsolder.
The last time I had one that was broken like that, I just filled it with goop. So that it was
Don't
showing
use it, move on.
I just filled it with goop and moved on, yeah. There's still 3 USB ports, not like you need a whole lot.
well, that was
Right.
the high-speed one. I would probably fix that one.
Maybe. It depends on what you want
What,
to do.
yeah, I was gonna say, if you're just doing keyboard and mouse control, then yeah, I wouldn't care, but
But if
See,
you
I
had
would-
that set up somewhere and you're doing monitoring for multimeters, that's different. But
Well,
it is.
if
kind of what
if
it
you
is.
use this to replace a Raspberry Pi 4 and
You
it's
wanna-
got your shares on it,
I was gonna say, if you wanna hook your hard drives to it, you're gonna want the other port.
except my hard drive is one of the old slow ones. It's not a,
Like a USB 2, well, then, yeah, you won't care,
I won't care.
but
The
I would
the only
prefer,
reason I would even think about carrying is because it's there.
So part of the reason I'm giving you two guys the little computers is that,
Ray wants to know more about them.
well, no, I did my research. I know what they are. Yeah, they're basically just miniature computers.
yeah, what do they got
They're
Just this workstation.
Win 10
yes,
CE on them?
but I don't know what OS they have on them. Might have been wiped clean. I don't know, but they've got a 512 gig of storage something on it,
Oh, yeah,
and it's built in. So
What's it cost?
I don't remember. It's a decent little computer.
probably a little color on
I
it.
did make sure that because there's 2 different versions of this. It looks almost exactly the same. One of them is a 5-volt version. The other one is a 24-volt version, or the 12-volt, whatever it is. I made sure it had the right power supply with it. That would actually power it up. I think that another reason that they got rid of them was that somebody was plugging 12 volts into the 5-volt units. Or
Pop
around
'em.
something, plugging 5-volt into 12-volt units and just wouldn't power up. So I made sure I got the 12 volt and the 12 volt for you guys.
What I read about these was that even though they were 12 volt input, they'd go down to 3 or something.
I didn't know.
Not that low, but pretty low.
I probably had a low voltage dropout later on.
Usually, well, but I didn't see that.
Yeah, I think my Unity that has the data output is not here. It's probably something. But then, yeah, so I wanted to bring whatever variety. This one actually, I left, this is a thermometer. It's just a thermometer.
Support for these ended February 2025.
Hmm.
According to the service tab.
So
Aw.
in diskless workstations in about 2000, I bought a whole bunch of HP T2552s and 5225s.
Touch.
They have 3-year warranties and most of them are still working. There's nothing in them to break.
Couldn't imagine why anything would break in these.
The only real thing that becomes an issue is Microsoft updates the way they do RDP and these can't keep up. So you'd have to tell your server use an old version of RDP. Or just use XRDP. But just with a meter,
The light.
probably 6 months ago, just because it's got a nice big display. That's it. It was, I don't know, $25-30. It's got a temperature probe, capacitor value from 100 picofarad up to farad. Yeah, it's pretty similar.
So these are from this one. It's actually a pretty old one, and I got it from Circuit Specialist. And when you order so much dollar amounts of something, they'll say, "Take your free gift." This is it. But yeah, this has actually plug the capacitor in, plug your NPN, PNP transistors in, and it has a
SCR,
I have a dedicated transistor checker that
this is not an
Trust.
LCR meter. There is an LCR meter over there. So this one, no, that's not it. I have an LCR meter here. I lost it. The LCR meter actually does inductance, capacitance, resistance. It's here somewhere.
this one was my grandfather's. Should with you looking.
16 gigs flash, 2 gigs RAM.
2 gigabyte.
16 gig flash.
That's
storage. You should have done that.
You can say, usually, I mean, you're just streaming from another computer, so I just do it with the OS on. Usually you
it's
have the current version of Windows.
Because or
says
LCR
Dell
meter.
thin OS firmware.
Well, that's what I was just looking at, they got some kind of, I guess they bought Wise, because it says it's got Wise proprietary thin client management software.
Yeah,
So it might not even run on Windows, it might be like a Snapdragon or something.
it's
It's an Atom processor.
probably
Is it?
When Next.
It'll run Linux.
It should run
Yes.
Linux.
Where is the USB?
Well, I mean, usually it's firmware embedded. You can't replace them, I don't think, can you?
But it-
You should be able to replace that. That should be
I mean-
firmware updatable.
I've got a bunch of old thin clients for Win 7 CEs or XP or something too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a monitor that's got a built-in Windows 7 thin client.
Here's another.
This is a brown name.
It was like a $1,000 monitor. I got it at an auction for like $50.
I don't know what else I need. I don't have one.
Found a new favorite.
What's the one?
New favorite switch.
What are we looking for?
Two.
I'm not sophisticated enough.
Just put some slow. You can feel the difference between.
I can feel the difference, and it doesn't make any difference.
Number two, after you bottom out, it still goes about a million.
It's a quad core add-on.
There for three.
It's more than capable, according to this blog post, it's more than
Really
capable
vibrating.
of running a lightweight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but you gotta load it somehow.
These switches were listed as being actual.
You're gonna have to be able to overwrite their
No, they're not.
onboard flash ROM or whatever.
You need switches for anything?
Yeah.
Then
It's just like a computer, you press F2 during the thing, and you go into the settings, you turn off the thingamabob.
They're tail. They're not big.
So, a little work, but
I was
no
gonna say,
more than,
good luck with that. Let me know how it goes.
well, to that, it seems like it's gonna be pretty easy. We'll see,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm planning on doing with it,
That's a.
it doesn't need to even run a desktop, it just needs.
Well, that's the thing. You just
Sharing.
boot them and connect to whatever you want to remote. It just streams to you. They're replacing it's a mute point.
I've got
Yeah.
a Raspberry Pi
Is a holy llama.
that is set up as a thing client and I never ever use it, but probably could get the two of those to talk to each other.
Hmm.
I forget now.
But it's got half a dozen different OSs on it that will stream to other terminals. And it works, it's just really slow about it,
Yeah, slowly.
which is why I don't.
If you guys had questions, I'm sure they would ask, hey, what about this, what about that?
Hey, what about this? What about that?
They would ask. A reasonable question.
A reasonable.
So
He's
Ray-
basically saying I'm not reasonable.
Ray is driving back to Middletown. The cops pull him over and they say, you got a call.
Where'd you come from, sir?
There's a tip that the Traders World was robbed.
We left in your truck. So I had a customer that he flew home to Kansas or whatever, and he was from he had moved to California. And while he's at home, he's visiting with his mom and dad and his little brother. And you know, it's his birthday or whatever, some holiday event. So they're like, hey, we're gonna buy him stuff. So his mom and dad buys him a nice new multimeter. Oh, that's cool. You know, he's like a cool kind of guy. And his little brother buys him this Play-Doh moon glow foamy stuff. And like, oh, okay, well, thanks, you know, little bro. You had no idea what to buy him. So this guy's like, okay, enjoys his little holiday at home, packs everything in his suitcase. So he's got his moon glow Play-Doh stuff and a multimeter right on with it. Goes through security and they're like, because it looks like C4.
Yeah.
And a detonating device. And oh yeah, they pulled him aside.
I had been down at the Coke plant doing some work, and coal chemicals portion develops a lot of complicated organic chemicals. And I went through security at TSA, and they did a swab and plugged it into their little portable device. And they got all excited because it came back looking like plastic.
Come back positive for heat.
So I got pulled aside to the special. I love to snap the latex in the morning exam.
We're gonna examine you really close now.
I'm confused by this flux meter.
Here's the
I would have to
inside
read
of
the
my
instructions
computer of
again.
my truck art.
Do what, Ray?
I would have to read all the instructions again. But
I'm confused.
basically,
Do you know how to
the
figure
kind
out
of
what's
light
wrong
is
with
an
it?
issue.
Okay,
It's not functioning?
Nah,
well, I put my hand over the light and it goes down pretty far, which I'd expect, but I put it closer to the light and it also goes down,
It
Which
depends
I-
on what kind of light.
which I don't expect. I am confused by what this flux meter is doing.
Well, I have a little story to tell you guys you might appreciate. As you're aware, I have been working with my sister who scanned in 30,000 of her photographs. And I left her with an old laptop to go through each one of them and identify people by name. Facial
It's in
recognition
the car.
on the program works okay, but it's not 100% accurate. And the old laptop I left had a touch screen, which I a touch pad. I absolutely hate, so I bought her another keyboard. She could use a regular keyboard without interfering. Like every other day, she'd call up and say, "Your computer stopped working again." Now, I don't know why, I'm not doing anything. So we start talking about what's going on. And I said, "Well, what happened last time it stopped working?" Well, I was down there in the basement with it, and I was talking to a friend, and it just stopped working. Well, it turns out she was talking to a friend on the phone, noticed there was dust on the laptop. So she's up there dusting it. What the heck? I couldn't figure out why it stopped working. Don't dust anymore.
maybe something wrong with the touchpad or something.
Only that it's not intended to be dusted. So the computer was live, and I don't know what she was doing for dusting it. She was doing something to it.
I like that.
You like that?
Really, so-
You don't like that? You don't like that keyboard? Oh, what is this?
Those are currently my 6 favorite keys, the switches. Number 1, I've got 240 of 250. But I'm liking number 2 more now. I like 2 because you get a bump, but then there's like another millimeter of travel that's very stiff,
Yeah,
so you don't bottom out.
Okay, Ray, you had one out here that had some extremely thin probes on it.
That was about there.
The old one or?
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, no, that's the Fluke 77. Yeah.
Okay. I need to test down into the well of that,
Mhm.
and none of my probes are small.
So I like that one, and one reason I do like that is that it's a high quality meter. It's really, really nice. But another part is that you can actually push through the insulation.
well,
From
try some of those.
I've got probes that have grooves in front of the
All these
needle.
keys can be replaced.
So you can flip it onto a wire and it just automatically pierces.
Mhm.
And I've got a set of bed and nails probes somewhere with a small diameter.
I kind of like I don't like one because it's too hard. As somebody who plays games a lot, that would just make me mad when I would push the button faster. One, two, or 2, 3, or 4, maybe.
You've just found another mechanical keyboard.
Fanatic.
So I like to type. And these are Cali yellows. I think that's what we just,
I don't know.
I think that's what we decided they want, speed yellow. So you can actually type pretty fast, and the way that the little divots in the keys are, you get this nice
It's
flow
fingers
with
your fingers.
you get this nice flow with your fingers.
So that set of caps is SA, I think, or they're calling it SA.
Yeah.
Because they've still got the bars and they should. I've got a whole another set of those if you wanna. But it's only the 87 keys.
This set, I think, if you look at it in profile, it does a little curve kind of thing too. Which is a nice, nice when you're typing.
I was looking for cases to put keycaps in. Just so you can see them. Couldn't find any that were cheap, so I decided to 3D print. I said, okay, I'll use 87 keys. And then I've got a couple of spares, so 90, 9 by 10, perfect. Except there's not 90 keys. The space bar is 6, so that takes you up past 90. So I printed out 3 of these things with 90 spots and went to put keycaps in, but well, crap.
It doesn't quite work.
I gotta redo this.
I mean, I kind of like the old. I just don't like.
Look, I want to make certain I'm reading this correctly.
I've got my keyboard on trading here, and it's got red keys. With different keycaps. You might like the reds.
Just don't
The
like
reds are just kind of a generic.
That's red tips.
I like how it looks. I just don't like how it sounds.
Oh, I love that's the best part. You gotta have that clickiness. You gotta have the clicky.
I mean, I kind of like it. It's just my friend has like a tacky clicky keyboard.
Yeah.
And I can hear it on his phone.
Yeah.
Keyboard.
Was there somebody that was
Okay.
you needed a universal power supply?
That would be Mike down there.
Okay.
They were just wanting to see if the
They're
monitor.
trying to power up that monitor to see if that monitor works.
Did you need a universal
So
power supply?
both monitoring $50 at auction.
You wanna see
Who's
it.
that monitor?
I have a universal power supply.
I was talking about.
This is.
Yeah,
got
well,
a
you gotta have.
6.5 by 4.4 input. It's a really
I
weird.
don't
Well, I brought a whole bunch of stuff.
I completely forget this conversation I was having with you.
This is the one I use.
Sorry.
That seemed awfully high for the same.
Okay.
They're now over there playing with multimeters, actually testing a monitor.
I like the.
Is that 5.6?
Yes.
Possibly 5,000.
5,000.
We're actually getting stuff multimeter. We're doing stuff.
Where did you get that?
Amazon or AliExpress.
Okay.
They have one version. It's 2 blocks more. Big network instead of quick.
Duty cycle?
Yeah.
This is a generator.
Alright,
That's a positive.
This is positive, I mean, this is.
Oh, that's a square root output.
Yeah.
Yeah, square root output.
Yeah.
did you find something?
See, this.
No.
I think it's just like that your bar. Yeah.
I just noticed these two electrolytic capacitors. When I put the contacts on one side, it lit up, and when I put it on the other one, it didn't. So I just-
So ground.
Oops. Okay.
Positive.
Not red, so not white. Black and.
What mode are you in?
That's.
Resistance, but it's just kind of weird that the one cycle through and got like a charge and the other one's not. I just waited for the caps went bad.
Well, in,
Oh, this is old. Dude.
And what?
in a couple of weeks, we're gonna be in person again. Does anybody wanna make plans to do something
You do a oscilloscope?
maybe not quite as big as this? But big?
You do some oscilloscopes?
Are you gonna be in town?
I don't know what date it is, but sounds fun.
I could find
I'll
out.
say it's like September 6th.
I think it's 6, yeah. I can find out real fast.
If I can swing it, then to be here in person, then yeah, I'd always love to
It's
be.
4th. September 4th.
It's.
Okay, well, let's use the meter and check that.
Well, that's fine. We could plan O-scope. Maybe you don't have to bring like
All of them.
all of them. No, you've got a lot of O-scopes too.
This is.
I probably have 8 oscilloscopes, at least
How many?
8.
Okay, I thought you said 80. I'm
No,
like,
8. 8. Only 8.
I have 2 or 3.
Oh no, a friend of mine, Dave Playball, he repairs them,
Ah,
and I don't even know how many. I wouldn't even want to guess at how many he has.
More than 8.
Yeah, he's out there repairing tectonics and everything.
I do like it.
He
It
is.
grows on you, doesn't it?
And this.
Yeah, I don't like how space bar sounds.
If you do a lot of typing, it's a really good keyboard. It increased my speed from 35 words a minute
Everything.
to closer to what I should be typing, which is about 65 words a minute. It was a significant increase.
Know what the
in
outputs
speed.
are first?
Yeah, once-
Yeah,
Like once I get in school,
this one goes.
you just
all
start
15.
to go for it.
You select what it's gonna be.
How much
Yes,
do you
I
pay for
understand, I
it?
need 40.
Well,
Actually,
so the keyboard itself is like 35 bucks.
That we can go back
But
to selecting.
The
This
switches
should be loose like that.
and the
it's.
keycaps
Click. So
were
Wow.
a lot.
Don't put it away. 'cause I-
Hey.
A lot. And Steve got a good deal on them, and now we're trading.
Yeah, I just
But-
buy mechanical keyboards.
The keyboard itself with red switches and generic keycaps was 35 bucks.
What?
The full tab on the case.
It also lights up.
What do you mean lights up?
It's a gamer keyboard. It lights up. It's got all kinds of LED patterns and stuff inside of it. Yes, that's a big selling point. It lights up. It's also via a website. You can actually program it so you need
No.
macros or whatever. Quick key access, you can program
Yes, but then-
keys to do, like you hit one key or two keys and it will type out a
You know, I need, you know, all what I need. I need 2 keys, and they're usually on my number pad or just like arrow keys. Literally, I'll just probably arrow keys or some tiny tabs. In an auto.
with the website you can program any key, whatever. It's a pretty cool feature that I had never actually used.
Yeah, I just have 2 apps. I just use them.
But if you need it, if you like
That was the specification.
your password a lot or whatever, just program it into a key and it just would type your password for you.
Not.
But the problem,
Of a password.
the problem is it's in the clear when you put it on the
The video on having takes this back.
it's kind of defeats the purpose of having staff.
Or you can just have it type out like all the letters except one.
Oh, something like that.
Smudgers. Smudgers is the tool.
Well,
Yes.
or your username, if you use the same username everywhere,
Because they're so strong.
Program.
I had to drive
a button so that you never have to type your username in again.
Long head. Not
What was that?
Yeah, you reach around the backside.
So
Maybe it was wrong.
We're turning your son into a mechanical keyboard guy.
Okay.
hey,
How much all that stuff costs.
I already, well,
now we already went over that.
you can get mechanical keyboards reasonable. It's the switches,
It's the
it's the switches and the keycaps.
that really yeah.
But Ray,
I've got
Not bad for
a
trash.
few keyboards, my most expensive that I've replaced basically everything on to make it exactly what I want. I've got about $230 in just
Before models.
Would be.
no,
that one, no, but that might have,
On BBA. Right.
it might be modded internally.
This is a song model.
So what do you use as your PC setup? Ow.
1, 2, 10.
pretty much just keyboard and
And it,
a
thank you very much.
Ryzen something with 12.
Well, I put contact back in.
It's a.
Oh, no, like you can have it. Oh, that's what you need, right?
It was
Like this one, this
Linux
is 65 watt. This would
22
be,
one on it.
3-year
Wait,
warranty.
what's the
I'll put 19
Linux
volt,
Mint?
3.42 amps. This would be.
So I'm not
because
running Windows, I'm running
they're different kind of connector.
Yes, and only one of these won't.
No, I
What
don't need
voltage do you
Windows.
need?
You need Windows? You play games,
This
you
would be
you-
19.
might need Windows.
That's the one.
On Steam,
Use
Yes,
15.
but
you need.
a lot.
No, you don't.
A lot of games from Steam just work on Linux. A lot of them.
That will work
Look,
for you.
look at, go to the Steam
Thank you very
thing
much.
and look at your game, and then up in the corner, it'll say Windows, Linux, or Mac or whatever. Or Steam OS, is it Steam OS?
Yeah,
Steam OS. If it doesn't, if it just says that your game works only with Windows, it might be out of
still a
luck.
50-50.
Yeah,
to say, a lot of those are on Steam or run on wine.
a lot of them.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I love the rules.
That's why I said you might be out of luck. Might be.
It's been around for a few years. They've ported it.
Well, and Steam supports it better and better.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I went through a thing the other day talking about, like, you can get rid of Windows pretty much and play about 80% of with a good
So,
Ubuntu install.
so are we saying oscopes?
Oscilloscopes?
Is that what we're saying?
All
Alright,
And I'm not looking for old one.
I got rid of mine.
You don't want a boat anchor?
I got rid of my one now. It's all two of five.
Yeah, I had some that
This
was
is.
all too tight.
Yeah, those are different OSs and there's a lot of different.
So-
stuff in there.
In
It'll
two,
see you
in
for
2
a while.
weeks,
Yep,
our
it
next,
is.
our
Does
next
have-
in-person meeting is gonna be a oscilloscope.
It does.
Oscilloscope, okay.
It has foam and
Power
it's gasket
plants,
mounted.
AC power plants,
Yours.
general power plants,
That power plant?
power plants, yeah, different sizes.
Okay, we need to talk about makerspace.
It, as much as I travel, I haven't had time to even go there in 2 weeks. That's how.
I understand.
We all
Um,
understand, Ray.
No, you really don't. I've been inside my house
Ray forgot to put that
less
away.
than 20 minutes in the past 3-4 days. I've slept in a bed for 7 hours in the past 4 days.
Right.
And I've been really. This morning, technically, I was in Seattle. So.
It's a lovely town.
Make it simple.
This morning, technically, I was in Seattle, and now I'm here.
And it will be delivered.
Well, I think you fully understand my intention is that I want to have. This is under the table.
Yeah, it's more.
I just didn't want you to forget it. I want to have a makerspace. Obviously, when it comes to tools, test equipment, electronics, I have a bit.
You got meters covered.
Yeah.
Covered. I mean,
Get the meters covered
oh, the meters, I have the meters covered, yes.
1 or 2.
for a couple electrical companies and
Yeah, well. But I mean, I've got like 2 Schaefers,
400 crews.
5 or 6 routers. I just picked up 3 more lathes. And I think I already had 4 lathes. Probably have 3 or 4. I say 3 or 4.
Let me just go,
saws.
let me go down the list simple, you say yes or no. A nice workbench, about 8 feet long. Okay. A router table,
Always yes.
a regular work table, 48 by 32.
It's just,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna take whatever you have. It. I mean, it's a decent. I mean, I've got 3 bandsaws. And one of them is 2 of them are jet. And so most of the tools I have, the nicest, they're
Well, right now, I'm just going through,
What he's trying to find
Tools.
for.
or not tools, but furniture.
okay.
Workbenches. Okay, a nice 42 by 42, yes. Okay, shop cart, 42 by 32, 4 wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, all this
I've got
stuff.
a very nice one of those that I may give you if you wanted. It's got pneumatic wheels.
Okay.
Um,
So I've got a lot of space. Most of my space right now, frankly, is got styrofoam in because it's for the roofing.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of styrofoam for the roof.
And whatever 3D printers you don't sell, you got 3D printers.
That's a whole different story.
Okay, well, let's just start out with those.
Yeah.
You let me know when you want them and I will deliver them to you.
Okay. Yeah.
and another meter, I forgot. I use that one a lot.
Yeah. I got one of these. Mine actually has a little connector on the end of it.
Yep.
Plugs in. Output. I probably have 10 different types like this.
Yeah.
They're-
I've got 2.
I've got one that's
We
Bluetooth.
use Bluetooth.
Oh,
Mine with Bluetooth. So we'll start out with those. First pass, wherever you want.
So with me, I already own all this stuff, but I want to share the hobby. Sharing with you guys, I have no concerns about. Okay. And as long as because we've all been working together on all different kinds of projects and discussions and helping each other out and going to different homes and stuff. I'm actually very comfortable for you guys to do it. But still, if we're gonna do a makerspace, or if I want allow somebody to come in and use all this equipment, I'm gonna have them sign a waiver. you gotta cover your butt.
Yeah,
And-
that's a whole business aspect of it. You
Right.
have to have some protection.
So then let's say we find, somebody else just walks in and says, hey, I heard about this. How can I get in? It's like, well, I don't know you. Could they steal something? Might not-
people need to be certified, use different.
So there's gonna have to be training classes in order, before they're allowed to use
Yes,
certain
sir.
equipment.
So.
I know that you don't really have to have a training class to use a bandsaw, but still.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you do.
you wanna tell them enough to like, look, don't try to adjust it yourself. Don't try to take the blade off. Don't try to put a blade on.
Don't touch it while it's spinning.
Don't put your
fingers
fingers
up
in it.
there.
Just from what I went through and stuff, they almost had a camera on everything just to know who destroyed something and walked out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're getting beyond the basic aspect of this, I understand completely. And I am in my late 70s. I do not have a tremendous number of people that I can pass this equipment or skills on to. I would like to share, if I die tomorrow, all the things that I have are not a benefit to Julie, they're a burden.
She's gonna have to figure out what to do with all your stuff.
All my shit. Yes.
Yes.
Well,
I was being nice.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I want to have a space that we can contribute to, to create a bigger community of people like us, to bring more people in to make them becoming makers. Hacking some of the parts, reusing something, learning how to properly use multimeters, learning what a flip zero, right? Flipper. Is it flipper zero or flip?
Just a flipper.
The flipper. Okay. How it is, what it is, and how it can be a great thing and how it can be a hacker device and really dangerous.
That doesn't mean it's not a great thing.
So
Well, and see, I appreciate the fact that I can come to Steve and he doesn't say, Mike, you ignorant slut. Everybody should know how to do that. So it's a no judgment type thing. I have skills that not everybody has.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Um,
If there was ever woodworking that needs to be done, you're the man.
Like what's a big lathe work.
It's a big lathe.
big cobble together lathe made out of a ladder.
Oh, that was just a bad.
But fun. If you guys need like a power cord, oh my gosh, I have hundreds and hundreds. So like a wall wart, whatever, plugs in the wall and oh man, I've got them sorted out. Oh, AC, DC, 9 volt, 5 volt, 6.2, 12, 24,
4.5 millimeter 90
You
watt
were
belt.
doing electrical remodeling. Do you need load centers like breaker boxes? Do you need wiring like 6 American wire gauge?
Yeah. Wire is great. As far as
Those will come the first load. You can look at it.
Ray's just
Check them.
like, yeah, I definitely need those. That's
Huh.
no, it's a big question. Because there's a lot of work to be done. And yes, I do have to replace like 8 breaker boxes. Because they are old. And a couple weeks ago I was in the building and I'm just pulling wire out of conduit because it's cloth wrapped.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
Aluminum.
It's smoking. It's smoking inside the pipe, but
Drying
it's still
itself
good.
off.
It's drying itself off. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
So we are emptying the conduits and putting in fresh new stuff in the same conduit. So that stuff can stay in. I'm saving a lot of money that way. But
do you need any mule tape? Mule tape is braided cord that you feed through conduit, and it has like a 1200 tensile strength, and then you use it to pull.
we're using steel snakes.
This is
Do you
It's
have
rope.
pliers designed just for pulling that steel snake?
No.
I do. For me, for you.
You know, guys,
They are handy.
I appreciate whatever you want to help with, let me borrow tools. Steve, I know you've helped me out just actually coming and helping and, I appreciate that stuff.
Wish you could do more.
Sometimes, we have a school that we go to, or we've had colleges come to us, and I know you guys, man, that's been a long time ago, but, it was neat to be at the building, had all those students there building stuff, learning stuff, and those students are never gonna forget that. And I try to continue that stuff. You guys are probably thinking, wow, he hasn't done that in a long time. We actually donated we've donated about 15 laser machines now. And including in Madison High School and Carlisle, or within the past month. So it's a big deal. And it's because I strongly believe that hobby, that information, whatever you want to call it, it's important for everybody to know. And unfortunately, the things that we're learning, how we're building, how we're reusing stuff, it's like, it's not a lost art, but it's definitely been, people want to throw stuff in the garbage and they'll realize, hey, we can fix this stuff, we can repurpose it.
Take parts and use it for something else.
Yeah, use it for something else.
I was gonna say, when Ray was talking about the old wire, the building that we had the shop in, it wasn't being used, but you could still see the old tube, knob and
Oh, yeah,
tube
the tube.
wire down there. It was some of the coolest looking stuff. That was the most
Yeah.
dangerous thing I've ever seen in my life.
We have stripped out a lot of bad cables, bad wiring, bad conduit, because we knew we had to do something big.
Well, that building is what, 150 years old?
That's important, built in 1940.
Oh, really? I thought it was,
Then it had an addition and another addition, and I don't think anybody did the addition but right.
And the third one shouldn't have had any model too, so mostly better wiring, I think.
The knob and tube stuff, it looks
yeah.
neat, but
I owned a house in Hamilton that had active knob and tube,
nice.
yeah. And it passed inspection.
Okay.
Some of the wire actually it's copper,
Mhm.
cloth coated over copper, or cloth over aluminum.
Yeah.
And yeah, in one room it is smoking, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get that.
So technically speaking, aluminum isn't bad,
That's very good.
just aluminum doesn't get
The
maintained.
problem is he's the
Retight
interface.
everything. Yeah.
And you try to connect something.
I want to bring up another topic, just because. Do we want somebody, make a GitHub page so that I can start advertising again?
Well, not now, Microsoft's been killed that in about 3 years,
Really?
yeah,
Oh,
they
So
just,
just bought it.
yeah.
September 4th, you said was the next time we're getting together? Yeah, I should be available.
They've owned it for a while now, though, haven't they?
They have, but they've changed what they want to do with it.
Wonderful.
That was why they
So-
terminated one of their employees.
So now I need to move everything over to GitLab?
I don't know if it's any different.
Half inch?
GitHub and GitLab both are really
I understand.
for doing builds
Yeah,
rather than just storing information.
yeah, they are, but I mean, you can just put
Yeah.
stuff up there. I mean, there's a ton of Arduino projects and whatever up there, but
Mhm.
would be a shame to see all that just go away one day because Microsoft decided that they didn't want to support that anymore.
If you have any favorites there, I can clone them. That's pretty easy to do.
So
Can
So
keep them
you're-
active.
so you're saying that we shouldn't be
I
relying on GitHub now?
being facetious because I know some of the history of Microsoft and what they do.
They ruin everything.
Yeah, every time they buy a company, they
I encourage-
Microsoft it and make it worse.
Yeah,
Grader.
well, I don't particularly care for the AI stuff that they've added, but
And they're using, that's where they're letting their AI host
yeah,
in GitHub.
but I thought still if we had a page up that
It's on the calendar.
was actually more like, you know, we don't have a website anymore, basically. So we don't have any way to really direct people back to us.
Do you own the domain name?
No, but I can get it.
Get it and I'll host it.
Okay.
That's minor.
We still need to design a web page or something.
And I have like new servers.
AI.
AI.
No, I'm serious. I mean, I have 8 servers.
Me too.
I can,
They-
I can,
They're all
I
sitting
think
on
I
a shelf,
can get the,
powered off. You know,
What are you calling servers? I know the 2720.
I have 2 720s and a whole bunch of compacts and solutions. And they're the same physical size.
Compact is,
And
Well,
yeah.
come
that's
see
pretty
them.
old.
Come see them.
Okay.
They're not blade servers. I would just be doing that.
I want to start advertising the group again and see if we can get more people to come. That's,
Okay.
especially if we're going to do stuff like this.
So. Yeah, go ahead and host it on GitHub and we can redirect. If you want.
I just don't know what to say exactly.
Yeah. It is
So-
kind of handy to run your own website where you can get numbers for traffic and
Yeah.
where it's checking in from, that sort of stuff. But, yeah,
Well,
you know, Google tag.
if anybody's got any ideas,
Put that on the
email
Google
me
tag.
ideas. I can put the site together, but I don't really know what to say. So
yeah, I can do the mechanics of it, but the art, no. Sorry.
exactly.
Mhm.
I'm kind of the opposite.
Stable
I
diffusion.
probably could put it together, but I don't know what to say. So basically, if you know, get in there in the Google group and Google's another company, right? You hate them, but you use them.
Well, as soon as I can get my roof finished over at the Journal Building, then that gets the styrofoam out of our way. And we can actually start positioning woodworking tools. The other area of the building will stay dry. I got steel to cut up and take out, but it's just step at a time.
When you're ready for the stuff.
I did tell you that the kid said that he can't afford to buy a 3D printer,
He's going.
which doesn't make any sense at all. But okay, as long as I told you,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm not
I'm going.
so mad. I was counting on that money.
Yeah, I know that's true. Ish.
Who's good at diagnosing tire issues on a board?
Who is it?
I just
Okay.
I don't get it, right? He offered me $100 for one of mine.
Logic does not apply, everything from that.
It's a day later and Battlefield 6 is coming out.
And I gave him an option, 2 3D printers and some filament for the same amount of money. It seemed like a great deal to me.
Logic
That
does
was
not apply.
4 packs of Pokemon cards.
Going back to
that
oscilloscope day,
yes,
uh,
oscilloscope day.
which I think is actually a cool idea.
Yeah, I might actually have an oscilloscope,
Okay.
a real one.
Do you want me to also bring like a waveform generator?
Yeah,
To see what's going on your scope?
Yeah.
So I have waveform generators, frequency counters, arbitrary waveform generator.
yeah, we probably, that probably would be cool to actually see some stuff. We could plug them into the AC and see what's going on.
Well, you could probably, if we coordinate it nicely, we could have one waveform generator and a whole bunch of them all monitoring the same signal.
Might be able to do that too.
But
Harmonic frequency and
You can see a
materials.
difference of
Well,
like ringing and the quality on
the
the
different,
sharp edges.
One of
difference
the
in
biggest things that I had when I was taking physics classes was an instructor who brought in a bow and plates of various sizes. And he could generate the same tone on all of the plates, which you could look on the oscilloscope on the overtones. So that was really cool to have somebody that was, he was a good musician besides being a physicist. And would be able to bow all of these different shapes, and you could look and see, and recognize the different timbres.
Well, the neat thing about oscilloscopes, and everyone said they've seen that before. When you're looking at the graphic shape, whether it's a sawtooth or a triangle or a square wave, and then you're looking at how crisp the edge is on the square wave. I think when we first started, when I first started visiting here, some of the guys didn't know what a PWM wave was, what a PWM did, and how RC communication, RC servos worked. And being able to see that graphic, it's like, oh, that's what that means?
I knew what PWM did. I didn't know how it actually did it, but seeing it on the oscope
You see on scope,
was
you're
like,
that makes
oh
so much sense
crap,
now.
that's what it's doing.
And the PWM, there was one
Yeah.
guy here, I don't remember his name, Brad or somebody.
Yeah.
He thought the PWM was the actual power signal. And I was like, no, there's a ground, there's 5 volt, 12 volt, or whatever it was. And then the PWM signal was just a communication that told the servo what position to go to. The PWM signal was just a communication. There are other devices that use the full PWM as, chopping the actual sine wave and making it really the power that we were talking about.
Seeing it on an oscope though kind of solidified what it actually was doing. It's like,
Yeah.
I read everything and went, okay, that doesn't make a damn bit of sense. And then I watched it on
Watch, it's like, okay, 1 millisecond full left, 1.5 on center,
yeah,
2 goes far right.
and then you watch it,
Yeah.
and then you watch it and go, oh, just give me an oscope and tell me, hook it up, see what it does.
And I
Doesn't
remember,
make sense.
I remember during college, we would use 4 or 5 multimeters, just monitoring different parts of the circuit, and they would all be running at the same time. I've never tried to put in like 4 oscilloscopes to see what the waveforms were, but I saw a GIF the other day where it was a relatively simple circuit. And it was like 100 hertz AC sine wave, couple diodes, couple capacitors, I mean, simple, really. But then they were showing like what the waveform was like on a certain wire. I was like, that makes perfectly good sense. But if you're not
Now
seeing
Eli
it,
makes sense. I'm Riley Austin.
Well, that's electricity. If you see it, it makes sense.
but doing voltage and nodal analysis, but nowadays with all the different circuit analysis software,
Simulated, why ever build it?
I need to build stuff. Even in our testing in college, you were supposed to write down like the model of the multimeter, turn it over, get the serial number off the multimeter, what the resistor value was, what the measured, out of the circuit, what the measured resistance of that resistor was. Because obviously you have tolerances, but if that multimeter was off by 2.75 volts all the time, shifted. But yeah, that one multimeter I have was used.
Might be time to let that one.
It's not that.
We
have 5 minutes.
Probably
did-
open and look at what's wrong.
we did
Probably just
something.
lost the cat.
We did something like that in the service when electronics.
Mhm.
when you're troubleshooting, you write down what piece of test equipment. I don't know if we wrote the serial number, but we wrote
Model
down
number.
model number, all that, and then all the readings, all the pre-readings, and then all the after readings and all the in-between readings. And then you go up to your little booth and you go, yeah, that looks right.
So in engineering, I'm supposed to write everything in pencil. In calculus, I'm supposed to write everything in pencil. In chemistry, I'm supposed to write everything in ink. I don't know if you do that. But I was doing it backwards. I would write everything in ink in my math class, and everything in pencil, because I wanted to go back and correct it in chemistry. And they're like, no. In math, it's logic. You can back up steps and you go through and just redo your pencil. You just want to have a nice flow from here. Here's your methodology, and here's your answer. But in chemistry, it's like I started with this, I added so many milliliters of this, it was this concentration, I added this,
Oh, yep.
What the heck happened? This happened, and we didn't expect it, but now I've got all of this in ink of
And
how to
diagrams.
perfectly recreate that problem, and you didn't go back and pencil fudge anything in. So I got in trouble for not inking everything. Yeah.
That makes sense, actually, if you think about it.
So yes, I know how to properly titrate a 15 milliliter acid, hydrochloric acid, 8 molar concentration using sodium.
Well,
Titrating an acid is pretty. That's pretty cool.
we had like a little, when we would go and troubleshoot something, we had like a little board. And we'd write all the stuff down, and then we'd go through and put it all in the book after we were done. And it was kind of a pain, but I kind of understood what they were doing, because if your measurements were off, it could be your piece of test equipment instead of the thing itself.
Yeah.
And then we weren't actually allowed to fix anything. We just pulled the card out, sent it up to the tender, because they were the ones that were allowed to fix it. We troubleshooted it to the card. Good job, guys.
I had an employee that he was a card troubleshooter person. No offense to you. But he would blow out a card. Well, replace the fuse, stick in another card. That gets really expensive.
No, that bugged the crap out of me, because we went to a school. We went through all the electronics, the same electronics that the people up on the tender went through. The same school, the exact same class. We should be able to we learn component level troubleshooting. We should be able to take a board out.
Go for it. Go for it.
We should be able to take a board out and component level and replace, but that's not the way they work.
I was in graduate school with a woman who went to work for the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. And her job was simply to document every change that was made. And somebody says, well, why would you need to do that? She said, well, let me
That part right there.
Random.
let me explain to you. You're a missile engineer, and the missile blows up on the launch pad, and it blows up again. And then you guys do something and it launches perfectly. And Adolf Hitler says, do it again. And you don't know what you did.
Don't know what you did to do it right.
And you don't know what you did. Or do you think he's going to say, oh, that's okay?
You have to know what you did.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was joking about like titrating the acid. Okay. You pour in so much of second chemical, and the entire acid in an instant turns pink. And then you add, you have to stay with fixed quantities every time you add something. You add more of the original acid that gets you back to clear or back to the other color. And then you're using a pipette to drop by drop by drop. And all of a sudden, with one drop, everything goes back to pink again. And that is just awesome.
the bottoms of those caps look like they're bulging inside the little tin?
We talk about the blue.
Oh, here, on this, on
I'm
the,
late to the game. What
The
the hell
top.
is that?
The top would be bulging where they're actually,
The
there's a
computer
cross
model.
mark in them.
Pickup truck.
That's what the cross mark is for.
I know,
It's a failure
I know,
point,
but
so-
the bottoms, they
ECM.
look like bulging.
Ignition control.
Nah, I don't think so.
Computer.
Julie and I.
It's a
were
plastic
up in
injection
Colorado
mold.
in
To the bottom.
2005,
Okay.
So
and
the
the control
case doesn't
computer
come out.
in my. little
If there was
price
pressure on the
machine
inside,
went
the
out.
top where it's scored,
Well,
the crossing that
It
would
also
I would
controlled-
agree with that,
the
except
alternate.
I've seen them bulge from the bottom
And
too.
the guy says, no problem, we'll just get another.
They look pretty
Except
good,
that it was a manual.
except that
Yeah,
bottom.
manual.
Aiden's like, it's 701.
We're not available.
Yeah.
It looks, oh, is it? Oh,
Drove back.
It's 7:00.
It's 7 o'clock.
Cost 100.
We'll see you next week. We're virtual next week.
My bubble's gonna burst.
We couldn't run the
Bye, Art.
conditioning because. the-
Bye.
then-